Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling, and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create very unique pop-up card. If you like fancy folds, I really hope you'll feel inspired and craft along with me because it is super simple to create. So, let's start with the inside of the card. And for that, I'm going to use my scoring board from Crafter's Companion and 11 by 11 inches card. As you can see, it is double-sided. However, you can use any card that you've got in your stash. I'm going to create my first scoreline at 5.5 of an inch all the way down. So this at 5.5 inch all the way down. Then I'm going to create a scoreline from one corner to the other. And to make my job easier, I use the black line on my scoring board as a guide. So again, from one corner to the other one. When this is ready, then I'm going to rotate my card again, and I'm going to match those two corners. So again, from one corner to the other. As you can see, we're going to have a middle point on our card element. And this will be our guide how to create all the other elements. So now I'm going to score it at 2 3/4 all the way to our diagonal line. And to help me, I'm going to use a ruler. However, you don't have to do it. So it is 2 3/4 of an inch or 8 1/4. I'm going to rotate it, and again it is 2 3/4, and then 8 inches and 1/4. So I'm going to repeat the process until I've got all the corners ready. And when they are ready, then we have to burnish all those colors. And I do encourage you to use a bone folder because that will make your job so much easier. Have you ever created a pop-up card? If you haven't, I really hope you will give this one a go because it is super simple to create and actually very effective in real life. So as you can see, I'm just folding all those lines and burnishing them with my scoring bone folder. Super quick and simple, right? What do you think about that color combo so far? Do you like it? Because I decided to create a card for a baby girl. So that's why I've got some purple and pink. I really like that color combo and I think it is just perfect for babies. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. For my project today, I'm going to use one of the best collections from Relatively Thoughtful called The Magic of Childhood because all those colors work so well together. Now it is time to fold and burnish all those colors, and as you can see, we do have our pop-up mechanism. Super cool, right? And it folds flat. So now we have to put it inside of the card. So I decided to have 6 by 6 inches card base. However, it is too big. So I'm going to trim it until the card is 5.5 of an inch square. So again, I'm going to trim it until it's 5.5 of a square. When this is ready, then we can assemble the inside of the card. And to do it, you can use a red liner tape or liquid glue. The choice is absolutely yours. And it opens really quickly and beautifully. So, let's add some elements as well to our beautiful inside of the card. So, let's start with that five-sided shape. And I'm going to show you all the measurements. So if you want, you can take a screenshot for future reference. So first, I'm going to need 5.1/4 square. 5.1/4 of an inch. Then I'm going to make a mark on both sides until I've got 2.5 of an inch. And then at the very top, I'm going to make a mark at 2 5/8. And then I'm going to get rid of the corners here. Then I'm going to have a smaller element that will be 2 3/8, and I'm going to cut it in half. As you can see, I changed the numbers here, but it is 2 3/8. 8. I'm going to use that beautiful design paper that you have seen just now. It is from the magic of childhood from Relatively Thoughtful. Now let's create those side panels. And I decided to use that beautiful chevron, beautiful design paper. So to do it, I'm going to have a panel that measures 2.5 inches by 7 5/8. So, to make my job easier, I'm going to make two marks on the left hand side, 2.5 from the top, and then on the right, from the bottom, 2.5 inches. And I'm going to cut it along the diagonal line. And then I need one more element, so this way we're going to have 4 panels ready for the inside of the card. So now you can take a screenshot and you'll have all the measurements for the inside of the card. Super cool, right? So let's do it. And when I saw those elements, I thought something is missing. So I'm going to use my Distress Oxide ink in Kitsch Flamingo color. I really like it, and I think it works so well with that Magic of Childhood collection. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you put a little bit too much of an ink, you can always take the excess off, which I think is really cool. And what do you think about those distressed edges? Do you like them? I really hope you do. Now I've got those small triangles, and again I'm going to use the same Distress Oxide ink, so all the elements are going to match on my card. Do you do the same with your cards? Do you make sure that all the elements match? Or you don't distress the edges? What's your preference? Please let me know in the comments down below. Also wonder, what was your last card that you created for a baby? And what shape was it? Was it a fancy fold or shaped card? Please let me know in the comments down below. Now it is time for those 4 panels, and again I'm going to add that Distress Oxide ink because I think it really makes a difference. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. Also wonder, have you seen my last #FFC Challenge 2023 where I created super cool wiper card? If you haven't, the link is at the top right corner, and I'm also going to leave it at the end of this video so you can check it out. Now when all those elements are ready, I'm going to assemble them using my liquid glue. So I do have time to maneuver the elements if I make a mistake, and you just saw me doing it, which I think is super cool whenever you use liquid glue, because you do have time to move the elements around before the glue is totally set. So as you can see, this cut is super easy. So if you want, you can just stop here and then decorate the inside of the card. So you don't need any cutting dice because this cut is already absolutely amazing. However, if you want, you can always create some smaller die cuts and put them here, and that will be perfectly fine. However, I decided to use some cutting dice to decorate the front of my card. However, this is optional, so the choice is absolutely yours. And if you do create this fancy fold, please let me know in the comments down below. How did you find it? Because I think it is such a super cool card. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. So again, when this is ready, I need to make sure the glue is set before I move on to the next step. And as you can see, it really closes really cool. I really like it. So now I'm going to put it inside of my card blank. And don't forget, it is 5.5 by 5.5 of an inch. So I'm going to place it so one of the edges actually touches the fold inside of my card base. I always put my liquid glue on all the edges and then just a little bit inside. Now it is time to press it very hard. Make sure the glue is set so then we can attach the other side. And when this is ready, our cut is nearly completed. But we have to decorate the front as well. And in the Magic of Childhood collection from Relatively Thoughtful. You've got loads and loads of elements to fussy cut, and I'm going to show you them in a moment. So now it is time to decorate the front. And I decided to use some craft card, and this one measures 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 of an inch, and the design paper is 5 inches by 5 inches. Let's put them together. You can use double-sided tape if you prefer, or liquid glue. The choice is absolutely yours. I didn't want to use distress oxide here because I thought this design paper is beautiful as it is here. So I thought, let's leave it. Now it will be time to add some more elements. And to do it, I've got beautiful cutting die from Crafter's Companion, and it has that intricate lace element. I absolutely love it. And to make sure all the elements match, I use a craft card, which is super cool. And to be honest, that liquid glue works so well with intricate die cuts because it has that very narrow nozzle, which makes your job so much easier. Do you have your favorite liquid glue for intricate die cuts? If you do, please let me know which one is it. So, when this is ready, then I had a look at that beautiful collection, and actually I left the links in the description down below if you'd like to get it. I also left the links to our Facebook group, RT Create, Make and Share. So if you have any of the design papers from Relatively Thoughtful, you can always share your makes there. Now it is time for a sentiment, and at this point I thought I really want to have a frame. So I had a look at the design paper. I wasn't very happy with it because there was not enough contrast. So I used the leftover that I got from the element inside of the card, and I think it works really well. So don't put those elements in the bin. You can always use them for beautiful frames for your sentiments. Now it is time for a dry run. Make sure all the elements are exactly where you want them. And here I decided to use that distress oxide ink in Kitsch Flamingo color because distressing the edges is always a good idea, right? So, when this is ready, then we can put it on the card. And as you can see, there is some dimension to the card at the moment. So, to close it, I need to create a belly band, which I think is super cool. But let's create our front panel first. As you can see, I really wanted to make sure that the sentiment will be exactly where it should be. That's why doing a dry run really works well. Now, when these elements are ready, I had a look at my stash again, and I use a leftover element from craft card. And to be honest, that is the way to create a belly band. However, let's add some elements inside of the card. As you can see, here are some elements from this beautiful Magic of Childhood collection. I really like it, and I fussy cut those beautiful bouquets because I think they're just so gorgeous. And obviously, I needed that teddy bear and some beautiful butterflies as well. And as you saw, I usually keep all those elements in a zip bag together with the collection. Now, it will be time for a dry run, and I absolutely love that bouquet. If you like it as well, please let me know in the comments down below. So at this point, it is a good idea to do a dry run first. So you know if all the elements are going to fit. Because you cannot put any elements on your fold lines. Because otherwise you won't be able to close your card. So avoid that at this moment. Make sure that all the elements will fit perfectly inside. So they cannot touch your fold lines here. So as you can see, this collection has some beautiful elements, especially for babies. And I haven't mentioned that, but actually in the full digital collection, you get some sentiments as well. Not only on the pink background, but also blue and white. And on white, you can add any color using your Distress Oxide inks or any other color medium. So I do encourage you to look at this amazing collection because you can create literally any project that you want. And if you haven't seen my previous projects with this collection, I'm going to leave them throughout this video and also at the end. So you can check it out. Now it is time for a belly band, and as you can see, I always try to put it flat and use my glass mat as a guide. I'm going to use my liquid glue to assemble that element together, and to make sure it will fit perfectly, I'm going to use my bone folder for the sides. So I don't really like to use scoring board to do it because every single card will be slightly different because it depends how thick your inside mechanism is. And I think my card was about 250 GSM, but sometimes you can get like 300 GSM or even 180. So that's why I don't like to use a scoring board to create my belly band. I just wrap it around and then use a bone folder. I really wanted to add some vivid color on the front, so I used the leftover from the card I used inside in my card. So now it is time for a beautiful element at the front and that amazing bouquet. And the card will be complete. Super cool, right? What do you think about that craft card and pink together? Do you like it? Please let me know in the comments down below. There is plenty of space to write your message on the back, and the card stands proudly on a flat surface, and it opens in a really cool way. So if you like this fancy fold, please let me know in the comments down below, and I really hope you'll feel inspired. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And here you can see my other projects. Have a wonderful day and see you in my next video. Happy crafting!